Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to talk about the correct use of some adjective. Chapter 13 by Wren and Martin. In the previous videos, we will cover up 12th chapter of grammar lesson in detail. So before watching this video, firstly you watch my previous videos, then you better understand the correct use of some adjective. So get ready to level up your English skills. So without wasting time, let's get started. The first point of the correct use of some adjective is quantity and degree, some versus any. When expressing quantity or degree, the words some or any are used differently depending on the sentence type. Like in the affirmative sentence, some is used to indicate a certain quantity or degree. Here's are the example, I will buy some mangoes. In this example, some is used to indicate that I will buy a certain quantity of mangoes. While in the negative and interrogative sentence, any is used to indicate an absence or uncertainty of quantity or degree. Here's are the example. The first example is I will not buy any mangoes. In this example, any indicates that I will not buy even a single mango. The second example is do you have any mangoes? In this sentence, any used to indicate uncertainty about the presence or quantity of mangoes. So the difference between some and any, some is used in affirmative sentence to indicate a certain quantity or degree, while any is used in negative and interrogative sentence to indicate an absence or uncertainty of quantity or degree. You got this? So the next one is that is not a second point but also the part of the first point. Using any after if in affirmative sentence. When we use if in a sentence, we were talking about a condition or situation that might happen. In the affirmative sentence, we can use any after if to show that a condition or situation is unlimited or open. Understand? So here are the example that if you need any money, I will help you. In this sentence, any is used after if to show that the offer of help is unconditional. It means that no matter how much money you need, I will help you. So why any work here? Using any after if in this sentence work that to show the condition of needing money is open-ending, indicate that the offer of help is unlimited. Make the sentence more polite and generous sounding. So remember that when using any after if in the affirmative sentence, you were showing that a condition or situation is open or unlimited. The next one is when asking question, we often use some to make the tone more friendly and inviting. This is especially true for the question that are really offer a request or where we accept the answer to be yes. Imagine you are offering someone a treat. You might say, will you have some ice cream? In this example, some is used because you are making an offer or you accept the answer to be accept. The question is really an invitation and some make the sound more friendly and generous. You got this? When asking for something, you often use some to make the request sound more polite. You would say, could you lend me some money? In this example, some is used because you are making a request and you are trying to be polite. The word some soften the question and make it feel less like a demand. Understand? The second point of the correct use of the some adjective is similarities and difference between each and every. So there is some similarities like both each and every are used to describe individual atom within a group. And both each and every imply that all atoms in the group are being considered. But there are some key difference that every is stronger than each. It means that each without exception. And each is used for two or more atoms while every is used for more than two atoms. And the third difference is each direct intention to the individual forming any group while every focus on the total group. And the fourth difference is each is used when the number in the group is limited and every is used when the number is indefinite. So here are the some example. The first example is it rained every day during my holidays. In this sentence, every implies that it rained on each and every day without exception. The focus is on the total group of days. The second sentence is every seat was taken. In this sentence, every means that all seats were taken without exception. Again, the focus is on the total group of seats. So another example is each chair in the room is broken. In this sentence, The focus is on the individual chairs, emphasizing that each one is broken. And the third point is little, not much. In some cases, little has negative meaning, implying not much or not enough. This is often the case when the little is used to describe abstract qualities like appreciation, concern, or interest. So let's look at the example. The first example is he has little appreciation of good poetry. In this sentence, little implies that he does not appreciate good poetry much. The word little has a negative connotation here. And the second sentence is he showed little concern of his nephew. In this sentence, little implies that he did not show much concern of his nephew. Again, the word little has a negative connotation here. So remember that little is used to describe abstract qualities. It often has a negative meaning, implying not much or not enough. So when we say a phrase a little, which means that some through not much, this phrase often has a positive meaning, implies that even a small amount can be beneficial or useful. So let's look at the example. The first example is a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. In this sentence, a little implies that even a small amount of knowledge can be problematic if not properly understood or implied. And the second example is a little tact would have saved the situation. In this sentence, a little implies that even a small amount of tact or diplomacy could have made a significant difference in resolving the situation. So remember that a little implies not too much. It suggests that even a small amount can be beneficial or useful. The next one is when we say the phrase "the little," which means not much but all there is. This phrase implies that we were referring to a small amount, but it's the entire amount that exists or is available. So let's look at the example. The little information he had was not quite reliable. In this sentence, the little implies that a person does not have much information, but the information he does have is unreliable. The phrase "the little" refers to the entire amount of information he has, which is limited. And the fourth point is the few implies that a number is not many, hardly any, or less than expected. And the word few is used to describe a small number of something. However, it often has negative connotation, implying that the number is smaller than expected or desired. So let's look at the example. The first example is few towns in Pakistan have public libraries. In this sentence, few implies that a number of towns with public libraries is disappointingly small. And the second example is few person can keep a secret. In this sentence, few implies that only a small number of people are capable of keeping a secret, implying that it's a rare quality. So the phrase "a few" is used to describe a small number of something. And the few implies that a number is some but not enough, sufficient but not excessive, better than none. And the phrase "a few" has a positive meaning and opposed to none. Let's look at the example. A few words spoken in earnest will convince him. In this sentence, a few implies that a small number of sincere words will be enough to convince him. The phrase "a few" suggests that the quality of the word is more important than the quantity. The phrase "the few" implies that not much, limited, but all there are. So the phrase "the few" emphasizes that they were referring to the entire small number rather than just a part of it. The first example is the few friends he has are all very poor. The few implies that the person does not have many friends, but the ones he does have are all very poor. And the second example is the few clothes they had were all tattered or torn. In this sentence, the few implies that they did not have many clothes to begin with, but the ones they did have were in the poor condition. Thanks for watching this video. So subscribe our channel for more grammar lessons. If you have any question, you also mention in the comment below. So if you like this video, you also share with your friends. See you in the next video.